Let's break down 7 things most people get wrong about branding so that you can avoid the pitfalls. Number 1, they pick a name that is hard to remember and probably hard to spell. So when you're thinking about a name, think about a name or identify a name that's short, sweet, easy to spell, memorable, and unique. If you can identify that, you're off to a good start. The second problem most people make is they pick a name that sounds cool maybe, but there's no story behind it. There's no deeper meaning. So when you pick your name, pick a name that you like, that sounds good, it's memorable, it's unique, it's easy to spell, but also it has a story behind it or a deeper meaning that you can speak to about your brand. The third thing most people get wrong is thinking that their brand is just a logo or some colors. Your brand is more than that. Your brand is your logo and your colors and your fonts and all that, but it's also your message, your mission, your story, your why. And it goes beyond your logo. It's your website, it's your store, it's your voice, it's so many things, it's your culture. And so your brand is more than your logo, it goes way beyond that. The fourth thing most people get wrong with branding is they don't create a brand guideline. A brand guideline is basically a guide that has your logo and the proper sizes and uses, things you should not do with your logo, how your logo looks on a dark background and a light background. It also includes things like your fonts, your colors, your tagline, even your messaging and your brand voice. All of those things are things that you'll typically find in a brand guide. This is nice because it helps people understand how to properly use your brand, helps you remember how to properly use your own brand. And also, you have everything organized so as you're working with other vendors and marketers and those sorts of things, you can always provide your brand guide and they can use that to follow the guide and make sure that they're adhering to your branding principles with all of the things that they create. The fifth thing most people get wrong about branding is they try to go cheesy and cheap. And the problem with that is that's going to be a forever tax on your success. Don't go cheesy and cheap. Hire professional help if you need it to help come up with a really strong and solid brand. A really powerful brand will pay you back tenfold in the future, so invest in that. The sixth thing most people get wrong about their branding is they don't have a brand that matches across all channels, online and offline. So their website might look good, but their store location looks terrible. Or their store location looks really good, but their website looks terrible. Or their website looks good, but their social media is weak. Or your business cards don't look good, but your social media content does look good. It's all disconnected. So think about your website. It doesn't matter if it's your swag that you're wearing or your website or your store or your business card or your letterhead or a video you just made or a social post you posted or an email campaign you just sent. It should all have a cohesive, clean, and streamlined, consistent brand. And the last thing, number 7, that most people get wrong about branding is they don't have a consistent message across the board. There's inconsistency with their brand message, the value proposition, their mission, why they do what they do, their call to action, their tagline. It just seems off. One month it might have this sort of a brand voice. The next month it's a different brand voice. So try to think about your brand and your voice all the way through the seasons of your business, the seasons of the year. What is your message that's consistent, that's rock solid, so that your brand is consistent all the way through. Think about a Nike type of a commercial or an ad. There's some element of consistency there, even throughout all these years, that they've held true. And so what is that for your brand and your mission and your message and your tagline? What's that one little thing that you'll say in each of your ads or at the end of your commercial that rings true forever? That's huge to being consistent. So that's it. Hopefully you liked the video and you have some solid ideas here on how you can maybe improve your branding and avoid some pitfalls that people commonly fall into. Hopefully this was helpful. Like it if you like it, share it with your friends, and leave a comment if you have additional tips and things that we should think about. Thanks for watching, and happy marketing.